Do you trust your eyes in the dark? What lurks just beyond your sight? A chilling whisper from an unknown world? Are you brave enough to uncover the truth? Stay until the end to understand everything. In August 1972, in the thick jungles of Venezuela, an event unfolded that would etch itself into the annals of the supernatural. The encounter in the Gran Sabana region. This patchwork of lush valleys and towering tepuis, steeped in indigenous mystique, became the setting for something uncanny. The surrounding mountains held secrets, resonating like a heartbeat within the dense foliage. A group of young military cadets, participants in a training exercise, would come to regard this wilderness not merely as a backdrop, but as the stage for a harrowing experience that would haunt them forever. On a fateful night, their lives would intersect with the unexplained. As dusk settled, cloaking the landscape in foul shadows, the cadets pitched their tents near a remote area of a river. Laughter filled the air, broken only by the ominous rustling of leaves. But as the first stars peeked through the canopy, the atmosphere shifted palpably. Suddenly, strange lights flickered above the treetops, discs glowing with an otherworldly intensity. The lights danced with a mesmerizing rhythm, weaving in and out of the treetops before seemingly resting above the cadets' campsite. Some of the young men attempted to record the phenomenon, their hearts pounding as they fumbled with their cameras. But footage captured would later reveal erratic images of blurs and shapes. No coherent proof, just unsettling flashes of light. What followed next sent the group into sheer panic. The lights began to pulse, bathing the ground in a sickly luminescence, and a low, throbbing hum filled the air. A sound that seemed to vibrate within their very bones. They stumbled over each other in fear, voices rising in a cacophony of terror. Sensing the gravity of their situation, they watched as one of their own, a brave cadet named Eduardo, stepped into the light, seemingly drawn to its inexplicable allure. It was as if an unseen force beckoned him. One moment, he was among them. The next, he was enveloped in the light and vanished, as if the forest itself had swallowed him whole. In the following hours, the remaining cadets searched for Eduardo, calling his name into the encroaching night. But as dawn approached, their voices faded into despair. The authorities and locals later conducted extensive searches across the area, but Eduardo remained missing. As the story spread, whispers among the local villagers took root. A legend began to form, blending fact and fear. For in these parts of Venezuela, tales of lost souls and alien abductions were not uncommon, their origins entwined with the very fabric of the land, a land steeped in ancient myths. People wondered, was Eduardo chosen? Did he stumble upon something forbidden? The phenomenon wasn't just about one man's disappearance. Rather, it spoke volumes to a national psyche that was already on edge. The 1970s were tumultuous times. Tensions loomed large over Venezuela's political landscape, a country on the brink of upheaval. Fear of the unknown crept into the veins of its people, and this incident resonated with their anxieties. It wasn't merely a disappearance. It encapsulated a larger discussion of control, uncertainty, and the lurking dread of something beyond human comprehension. Local residents recounted their own eerie experiences with strange lights and shadowy figures. These stories, amplified by international media coverage, gave rise to a potent mix of fascination and fear. Venezuelan newspapers ran stories, bringing the incident into the public eye and igniting imaginations far and wide. Educators began to recognize the incident as a teaching moment, cautioning students about venturing into the deep, unexplained heart of the jungle after dark. In the wake of the incident, official documentation corroborated many details. Frequency reports from local air traffic control noted unusual radar anomalies over the Gran Sabana region during the time of Eduardo's disappearance. Numerous military reports outlined sightings of unidentified flying objects, detailing similar pulsating lights and compromised vehicles in previous weeks. However, skeptics pointed to natural explanations, ball lightning, atmospheric phenomena, or mere hallucinations born from fear and isolation in the wilderness. Yet each argument paled against the visceral testimonies of those who witnessed the event firsthand. The more officials dug for explanations, the deeper the mystery seemed to sink into the jungle. The aftermath of that night continued to reverberate throughout the region. Families spoke in hushed tones of Eduardo, of the boy who vanished in a blaze of light, and a sense of collective unease settled in the hearts of the community. Tourists, once drawn to the untamed beauty of the Grand Sabana, approached with caution. Forest pathways, once trodden without thought, were now met with trepidation and firm warnings from locals about the Los Desaparecidos, the vanished souls of the jungle. Events occurred regularly that were attributed to this eerie presence. Strange losses and sounds echoed through the nights, taking on a life of their own. In subsequent years, locals initiated rituals aimed at appeasing these lurking specters of the night, a mixture of ancient traditions and modern fears interwoven. Eager to preserve Eduardo's memory while striving to understand the unexplainable, they returned to the site in prayer and tribute. They lit candles and left offerings near the riverside, hoping to reconnect with the lost while fortifying themselves against the mysteries that loom just beyond the tree line. As you ponder this haunting story, remember that some legends evolve, taking on a life of their own. Do the echoes of the past still resonate in the present? Is there perhaps a truth in these tales? As you reflect on what lurks in the shadows, can you shake the feeling of being watched? The mere thought sends a chill down your spine, doesn't it? Consider subscribing to uncover more stories from the inscrutable depths of our world.